Oh, hi Matt. Sorry for taking a little while getting this video together. As I said, I have the grandkids, so they take over my life whilst they're with us, as you probably might understand. But yeah, I thought it'd be easier to do a little video so you can watch it a few times. One of the things I'm passionate about is the actual industry that we're in. And once you grasp what the industry is all about, um, the next side to it is obviously aligning yourself with a fantastic company that allows you to develop what we call a network marketing or multi-level marketing business. So just bear with me. I'm just going to screen share something that will help me talk this through with you. So I'm not going to take too long doing this, but hopefully it'll just underpin what you actually sent me a message about. So bear with. Just going to start a slideshow. Right, here we go. Right, just move me out of the way. Right in the corner there. Right, okie dokie. Right, we're actually in the duplication business, if you like, keeping it really simple, and it's incredibly powerful. And hopefully you'll really get the gist of this as we go through it. So don't think in terms of the products, in terms of the beauty industry or being an influencer. All of that is kind of secondary, and this is my personal opinion, and I've been in the industry for many years. And because we're actually aligned to the beauty industry, Oriflame specific, obviously you're going to see loads of training, loads of people who want to be influencers, etc. None of that's really relevant in terms of building a big business. And to me, I'm a bloke. I'm getting on a bit. Beauty is not my my thing really at all. Although I do understand now because I've been doing it long enough. I do understand within Oriflame and the beauty industry. Yeah, I get my head around products and so on and so forth. But that's not my number one driving force. My number one driving force is being involved with an industry that gives you the ability to build something quite exciting for ever and a day, basically. So we're in the duplication business. Um, I've just put up a slide here, um, which kind of illustrates what we're in. This is a slide that's been around and it's common, and if you Google it, it's called doubling a penny, the effects of doubling a penny over 30 days. And if you understand this, you'll begin to understand the power of what we have. So it's all about doubling. So you've got day one in the blue, you've got a week basically on the 10 days in blue, the next 10 days in sort of a pinky, next 10 days is yellow. But the first 10 days, you're doubling this penny or dime or whatever it is, doesn't matter what it is, it's doubling. So day one, you've got a penny, day two, you've got 2 pennies, day three, you're doubling that to 4. You can see where this is going, 8, 16, 32. By the time you get to day 10, you've got £5, 12 pence. Not a huge number, but it's basically a third of the period of time. In the next block of time, it doubles. So what's happening is smaller numbers, when doubled, still remain relatively small, but over time, it progresses, they get bigger and bigger. So day 11, when 512 is doubled, you've got 1024. When you double it and keep doubling it, after day 20, you've got 5,252. Oh, by the way, the bit I didn't say at the beginning of this was if you're going to show this to someone, just to really give them the wow factor, if you said to somebody, if I can give you £1 million in news notes in a suitcase, or the proceeds of doubling a penny over 30 days, which would you choose? Most people who have not seen this would choose the £1 million in news notes. And this is where they get gobsmacked when they see what happens to a penny being doubled. So you're on day 20, you're now on 5,242. And on the right there in the yellow column, that's doubled is 10,485. So you can see what's happening. Bigger numbers when they're doubled start to become enormous. So you've got 10,000, 20,000, 41,000, 83,000, and so on. And on day 30, you've actually got over £5 million. That's the power of doubling a penny. And it was, this can be applied in all sorts of things. This is obviously doubling a penny in terms of maths and calculations. In real life, if you double something. So, for instance, with in the COVID inquiry, Johnson was accused of not understanding what the duplication of COVID could turn out to be like. And it was this formula, if you like, that was key. He didn't get the figures. So this is why something like COVID could go so fast, so quickly, so big, and it's through duplication. Um, and duplication is a very powerful thing. So this is the basis on which the industry, why it's so exciting to be in this kind of industry, because we have the power to duplicate things. Nothing turns out in sort of black and white and simple guarantees, etc. But it's the potential and the process of duplication that is really exciting. So, three keys to building your business. So these are the important things you need to be aware of if you're looking to crack on and build something very big in the future. The first thing is, yeah, we're driven by retail. Obviously, nothing happens unless things are sold. So we're just the same as any other retail industry, shops, online, you name it, Amazon, whatever it is. Nobody makes any money unless things are sold. So what we're looking to do is build a block of business, if you like. So this is a key to Oriflame. In order to earn on a team, you need to do 200 bonus points. Bonus point, if you remember, is a common currency. It's roughly £1.15 to one bonus point. So, 100 bonus points is £115 in sales. But you need 200 bonus points to trigger off income on a team. So this is quite key, and it's really important to begin to work towards this and develop it over time. You earn up to 30% in terms of what you earn from 200 odd bonus points. And we do it offline, online, lots of different ways of doing it. So it's something to work on to build up some regular customers. So that's why it's important to get into that side. But here's the rub. You don't have to be, you don't have to have any knowledge basically of the products, or even have an interest in the products, to be fair, because I'm going to say I'm a bloke. The products are the products, and my interest, excitement within the products is that they're really good products. The company Oriflame has huge values in terms of the way they develop the products. They're very successful, and the actual genre beauty industry, etc., is probably the biggest retail genre there is globally. It's massive, so there's a huge marketplace, and we just have a way of moving the products. So it's really simple to move products. You just show people catalogs online, offline. You get people to become VIP customers so they can access online catalogs, online store, get all the benefits of shopping online. The offline side, VIP customer base, the offline, the catalog, the physical catalog, very, very powerful. People like to flick through a catalog, but you're not selling anything. The tools do all the selling. So that's where lots of people want to be influencers. I think that's just a term that people just get excited about, thinking they can maybe get money easily by being an online influencer, not doing a lot. It's just utter nonsense. That doesn't work that way. To be an influencer, you have to put a huge amount into it, and not everyone can do it. Everyone can show people a catalog or the online catalog. Anybody can do it. So my if you like, interest and excitement in this business is something that anybody can do. And you don't need to have a real interest in it. Some people obviously might help, but you don't need an interest in it at all. So what you were talking about in that message was absolutely bang on. It's all about building a block of business. Now, to take it a step further, the next stage is sponsoring or recruiting. So, I might have shown you this before, but this is just an image just to sort of show you what duplication can do. And this is the power of a business. We have the ability to duplicate a block of business. So if you're the green person there, and by just showing one or two simple things to people who are just genuinely interested in earning an extra income or taking a different direction or just doing a side hustle or whatever way you want to dress it up, most people, if you ask them, are probably not 100% satisfied with their income or the lack of holiday or not being able to get a house. Loads of people right now are crying out for extra income or a different route to an even better income. So you're the green guy. You show somebody who is the orange dot there. Show them some information. They say, "Yeah, I want to come on board." So you begin to teach them once they've joined, you begin to teach this process to them basically. So you teach them how to create their block of business and how they would benefit them to start team building as well. So they go and share the idea with some maybe friends or people they bumped into there, the red dots, and then you've got the purple dots, and so it goes on from there. It's all about duplication. Um, but it's duplication with a system, and that's what Oriflame have got. That's what within network marketing we have systems to actually do this. So that just gives you an idea of, with duplication doubling a penny, the power of it. Specific to Oriflame and duplication, we've got normally 17 campaigns, 3-week campaigns in the year. We've plucked out a figure of £300 in terms of personal retail because it gives you a margin over and above 200 odd. We need the 200 points. So this just gives you an example. If you were to recruit one person, they do 300, and you then next month you recruit, next campaign you recruit another person, so there's two of you, that's £600 in your business, and then you're duplicating it again through 4, 8, 16 people in your business. You can see how, just like penny doubling, you can see how this, you start off with a really small number, but it begins to grow and grow and grow. And after 17 campaigns, 3-week campaigns, by recruiting somebody, showing somebody how to recruit their first person, and so on. At the bottom there, you've got 65,000 people in your team turning over 19 million odd in terms of sales. This is not reality. This is the possible potential if everything worked perfectly, but life's not like that. Because what gets in the way when you're recruiting and when you're building this is obviously people, because a lot of people join, a lot of people quit, a lot of people don't do what they say they're going to do, etc., etc. So, you're never going to get it exactly like this. But the point of this is that it's the principle of what is happening. You look at you're if you like, you're sifting through people to filter out the ones that to start with want to do it, and then you're filtering through people who are on board to find the ones that become your, if you like, your team leaders, the ones that begin to get going and pick up on what we're all about. And that's doing a bit of retail, sharing the idea with other people. And there's a third element I'll come to in a second. So, just to highlight, if you had a turnover of just under £200,000, you'd have an income of around about £100,000 per annum. That's £2,000 a campaign. That would earn you around about £100,000 per annum. That isn't going to obviously work instantly. We achieved this in our last business. And there are ratios and there are averages and so on and so forth when you get into this kind of thing. So we'll talk about that another time. But this just gives you the principles of what we're doing. So it's once you grasp this, hopefully it begins to raise a level of excitement of what you can do with this business. How fast it grows, how big it grows, really is determined by really how much you put into it. But the neat thing is, you can do this really on part-time hours. Those little in terms of obviously you're doing your degree, etc. So you're going to have little pockets of time floating around. So it's just making use of those pockets of time wisely in terms to get the bigger result. So that's the power of duplication with Oriflame. So the other thing we do, which is probably one of the most important things, is teach and coach people. Teaching is all about showing people how to do some basic things and to obviously do them well. Coaching is about building a relationship with your team member and not running the business for them, but being there when they need a little bit of support and help. Because one of the things will happen, just natural what happens, your enthusiasm grabs you, you come up with all sorts of ideas. A lot of them have been tried and tested. So my role as a coach, if you like, is to stop you going down too many blind alleys, wasting too much time on things that have been done and have not worked, etc. But with enthusiasm, you've got to have this business with a real strong level of enthusiasm to make it succeed. So my help is to coach you with that side of things. The teaching is just showing you some basics, how to do some retail, how to start showing people the business, how to get people started, and then taking it from there, and how to become a coach, if you like, as well. So this is where it gets really, really interesting. So that's just really a snapshot. I'm just going to stop sharing here. So that's just giving you hopefully a snapshot, and we're kind of repeating ourselves a little bit with that, but it's really the fundamentals is understanding the power of duplication, which is where the neat trick of penny doubling. So if you sat down with a piece of paper and a calculator and just showed a mate the power of penny doubling versus having a suitcase with £1 million worth of cash in it, really, really powerful stuff. That's what our business is built on, is duplication, is the duplication of a penny. It's the duplication of showing people how to develop a block of retail. Now, I don't care what the products are within what we do, um, except that you need something that is a proper product, which is what we've got, with a proper company, which has got massive integrity. And Oriflame is probably unique globally in terms of how they um, genuinely hand on heart are passionate about um, doing their developing their business, developing their products with an eye to the planet going forward. So they're kind of in the right place at the right time. Plus, also they're family owned, so they're not owned by directors who are really looking for the bottom line, which is the shareholders' money. They're passionate about their business, so that's why we joined them basically. But we joined primarily because we wanted to remain in the network marketing industry, where you had half a chance of developing a really serious business over time through leveraging other people's time. And that's what business people do in any business. So whether it's franchising, whether it's building your own empire, probably 50–60% of the shops out there and the coffee shops, food shops, all sorts of shops out there, they're all franchises. So it's a similar system. McDonald's around the world, the McDonald's family, or what's left of them, they maybe earn a penny off every burger sold worldwide, but you think of the number of burgers, that's what makes them an absolute fortune. But they have a system, which is why in every McDonald's, the system, can be followed by, an 18, 19-year-old manager, because it's totally laid out and they can't deviate from the system. We have something similar where we have a system. It's a lot more flexible than working in McDonald's, obviously, but we have a system of developing the product, moving the product, and then recruiting people, sponsoring. The word sponsor comes from responsibility. So if you recruit someone, it's your responsibility to help them get started and move forward themselves, etc. And because there's no real limit in terms of how far you can build the business. Plus, on a final note, we are international. The global Oriflame is pretty much joined up now, so you can actually recruit overseas and build a team globally. So, how many people in the world want an extra income? So that's why it's so powerful. But, you're not going to make money instantly. It's something you can build and build and build. And over a number of years, even, you can start generating maybe 1,000, 2, 3, 5,000 a year, a month over a period of time. But it gives you options. So it could be once you leave uni, it could be your mainstream thing. It could be the thing that brings in an income whilst you're working with the band, and that the income's coming from maybe Oriflame whilst you're getting your band up and running. Who knows? It just gives you options. So that's why it's so interesting and so exciting. So rolling it back, the first task is I'm not sure if you paid that. I don't think you have paid the £19 yet. You've got to do that to allow you to take the next steps, if you like. One of my thoughts, so I was going to finish earlier on, but one of my thoughts in terms of the retail is Durham University, big university. There must be a huge amount of admin staff and people who just work there. They would be a good audience to start sharing a few catalogs, especially some of the ladies there. Just food for thought. So might be worth having another conversation about that before you go back or when you get back. So hopefully that's given you or reaffirmed the flavour that I was trying to get across. This business is very powerful if you take it seriously, give it long enough and do it. But it needn't necessarily take up time-wise all of your time. But if you do the right things in pockets of time, The other thing is that there's a learning curve to this, so you're not going to learn it instantly. We're going to be chatting hopefully more and more about different ways of developing the business over time. But hopefully you can see the power of this. We're working with customers who love our products. You build a block of business, and then teach others to do the same. You don't need skills to do that in terms of the beauty industry. It does attract lots of people, obviously, who like the beauty side of it because that's what they like. But that doesn't necessarily mean they're going to build a big business out of it. It just means they're going to sell some beauty products, which is not really what this business is about. It's about network marketing, building a team of people through which product flows and which you get a percentage of the sales from your team. That's what this business is really about. Those that grasp onto that and understand that then see the potential of it. Okay, so I'm going to leave you with that. I'm going to catch up with you. Have a look at this. Maybe we could have a quick call at some point just to see, if there's any questions, and we can have a natter about specifics. So I'm going to just finish on that now. I'm going to stop recording now. So we'll catch up soon. So hopefully that was a bit helpful.